Yeah. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ron and Jack's podcast. I know we don't put as much out right now, but we're going to try starting to put more out. I got my laptop here. We're going to upload a bunch of episodes. Get this channel back up and going, especially with the summertime kicking off soon. There's a lot of things... I'll get back to you. But there's a lot of things that I think we need to go through. A lot of things we want to go visit, you know. A new podcast station might be opening on one of our channels. It's going to be Taking It Easy with Albanese. Might be a new show. I think all you guys should listen to him. You know, I think he'll have some good input. But for this episode, I think we want to go through a movie that we saw last night. Want some reaction on it. A lot of good things about this movie. It's called The Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Is it A Quiet Place?
Yeah, it's A Quiet Place.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was the Quiet Place, but it's a great thriller. I don't have anything that I can say really negative about it. There's maybe a few little things we'll get into during the review. But right now on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has a 97%. So it dropped 3% since coming out on initial viewing on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just get right into it. So this was directed by John Krasinski, who is Jim from The Office, for anyone that's an Office fan out there. He is basically the star in this movie, and he's the director. And if he keeps directing, and this is his first movie he's directed, he might be directing some pretty big movies. This is a very, very good horror thriller movie. This is probably the best one I've seen in theaters in a long time. High profile. It's one that you got to go see if you haven't seen it. Pre-order on iTunes is $20, by the way, for pre-ordering it when it comes out. But yeah, I don't think anyone really buys digital movies on iTunes anymore. But yeah, it was a packed theater. So I don't know, Jack, you want to get into maybe theater experience first? We usually do that in our movie reviews.
Well,
how the feel was?
I have to say, okay, first of all, here's just not really a spoiler, but we'll get into this much later. But in this movie, it was funny how at the very beginning of the movie they basically said turn off your phones and don't take your phones out during the movie, because they wanted a silent environment for the movie.
Yep.
And then it was funny because I in the movie. I'll just say that one thing that becomes really annoying in the theater is if anyone is munching on popcorn in the middle of the movie.
And you really realize it in this movie because it's a quiet place. You go into the movie.
But we won't do no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. But if you've seen the trailer, I guess we can just talk about
No,
let's talk about the premise of the movie.
All right. Well, first of all,
why the movie was
before we get into the main event, we got to talk about the previews real quick.
Oh, yeah, we always go over previews before we get into the movie review, so I guess we'll go over a little beginning segment of the podcast on the preview section. But this might have been the worst previews I've seen leading into the movie, which I think I leaned over to Jack during the movie, and I'm like, dude, I think they're just setting us up because they know this is a good movie, and we just saw the shittiest previews, so we're in we looked at shit for basically 5 minutes of previews. So that, they thought the movie was going to be amazing because of that, and they were so right. They basically got us ready for the movie.
I think the first preview was a stupid movie called Truth or Dare, and it's it's all CGI, and it's Jesus, did you're telling me some guy coded this up? Some guy did the animation because this is all CGI? That was some guy's job to do this. It's kind of wild.
The issue, too, with those kind of movies is, Truth or Dare is a real big stretch for, a horror movie. You're taking, a fucking kid's game that you played back in, elementary school.
It's a stretch.
And you're trying to, scare people with it, and, it looks retarded. It just looks fucking stupid. And, of course, they show, the entire movie in the preview, so you already know what the fucking movie's about. Yeah. It's not there's no surprise in the movie, you know?
And that's one dig I want to say about A Quiet Place is they showed a little bit too much in the trailers.
Yeah, which is surprising because we went into it, at least me, and I thought they didn't show anything. I thought they didn't show anything. Really? I thought the trailer didn't show everything. I was like,
I mean, it didn't show everything. It didn't show anything really. It showed everything out of context.
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
still
yeah.
showed it to you, and you were still kind of like, you know what I mean? Like you knew it. You were like, oh, I remember this from the trailer when you saw it, and it just kind of. It would have been awesome if I didn't see the trailer and then I saw that movie. I would have really liked that if that was true.
To be honest, I was surprised the movie was PG-13.
Yeah, I thought it'd be R.
I thought it'd be R just because of it's horror usually, which like mostly every horror movie is rated R. Like it's just rated R. They don't want like fucking kids going in the movie.
But that was a great marketing thing if they can get it to PG-13.
Yeah, it's definitely like they hit a wider audience with it because a lot of rated R movies like people. I don't know, like people really pick and choose what they go to nowadays. So it's like,
well, like little kids
aren't gonna go to R-rated. And little kids aren't gonna go rated R. But like I think A Quiet Place. I also think A Quiet Place is a very interesting thing I read online about it, where they're saying, did this take place in the Cloverfield universe? Like,
oh really?
From the movie, people were speculating, did it take place? And like, I guess I've watched Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane or whatever.
I didn't see the 10th Cloverfield.
So I've seen both, and I saw the movie. The first one, the first one sucked, but like the second one, because found footage is only good in certain situations. But
didn't like the second people freak really out when they first put out that movie?
Cloverfield had very good marketing. That was the big thing with Cloverfield. Like they were putting the posters up everywhere. I just remember when that movie came out, that was a blockbuster hit in theaters. Like,
oh really? Wow.
Dude, Cloverfield made a lot of money. That movie made a lot of money. But 10 Cloverfield Lane was sort of a lower budgeted movie, but I thought was an excellent movie. But there really isn't anything for me, at least after seeing The Quiet Place, that I could see there was any connection between Cloverfield and The Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, you don't think there's any connection?
I don't think there is, but because people were speculating because Paramount Pictures made Cloverfield.
Oh really?
And Paramount also made 10 Cloverfield Lane, and they made now this movie, A Quiet Place. So.
Oh wow, okay.
So maybe they're all connected that way.
Oh, yeah, I think
they
I
might
think
be. They might be.
I think you're right.
So maybe they are connected. So that's something that if you haven't seen it yet, like look forward to it if you like Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane.
All right, yeah, good. And then what are the other stinkers we had for trailers?
A24, Hereditary.
You like that one?
Well, no. I don't think it's that good. The thing I think about it is, I just want to say something about A24. A24 knows how to make a damn good trailer, okay. and they've done that on all their movies. I'm gonna look up right now a list of A24.
A24, okay.
Movies, wiki, and we're gonna look at what they've made and what we've seen. Was Split A24?
It might have been.
So Daniel Katz, David Fenkel, and John Hodge is based in New York City, film production, television production, and distribution. So 2 locations in 2016. They're big Amazon Prime, history, film, Ginger Rose, The Bling Ring, Enemy, Under the Skin, Lock, Captive. That's one movie I've seen that they made. Ryan Reynolds is in this one, Canadian thriller. Actually, I don't think I've seen that, actually. Where We're Young, Barely Lethal, Amy, Dark Places. So yeah, they make a lot of these weird thrillers. They're really a thriller-based company.
Okay, yeah, A24.
The Witch, actually, which was actually a pretty good movie that they made that was on Amazon Prime, if anyone's interested in that. So I'm not completely shitting on them. They definitely made some stuff. This one just seems ridiculous to me, though.
Which one? The
Hereditary. Just because, I think Hereditary, they're trying to make, although I will say their poster's pretty cool. Their release poster. We'll say that. But, I guess this is a supernatural horror movie. But, that's one of them that I wasn't too pleased with. And I don't know, maybe you want to get into the tag game? That trailer, which didn't have. No, what was funny too was the one trailer that had no feel for.
I just want to say, before we saw the tag game, though, we saw the Tom Cruise one.
Mission Impossible! The new Mission Impossible is coming out.
And it's such a this is such a money grab. Basically, the Tom Cruise is just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Tom Cruise, basically, it's such a money grab for Tom Cruise. He basically because. At the very end of the trailer, what is it? What did you say to me, Ron? You're like, is he? What is he like? Flying?
Yeah, what is he flying in like an 18-wheeler when he's in a plane? Like,
no, he's like flying a helicopter or something.
Yeah.
It's basically just Tom Cruise going around doing extreme stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, so we were like, Hollywood's reaching with this one, but I forgot to mention there's actually there's one other thing before these trailers, which was the Johnny Knoxville trailer.
Oh yeah.
It's like real stunts with Johnny Knoxville doing stupid stuff. That's already like, come on,
yeah.
We're done with the Jackass movies.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Can we stop with the Jackass movies? Like,
so basically, there's that crap going on, and then we get this Tom Cruise trying to just get a ton of money for being Tom Cruise, like when he's way too old for this. And then after this, then we get the dumbest thing I've seen in a long time. You want to tell them what is the dumbest thing that we've seen?
Yeah, let me get into that. So what's that movie? What was it called again? Tag?
Yeah, it was called
So it's called Tag. It's basically 4 friends that get together and they're playing a lifelong game of tag, and you watch them play it for about an hour and 30 minutes, and that's the movie.
Yeah.
We got a quick ad in a minute here. By the way, we have a quick little ad that we had to put in here. It's on the phone. We have an ad.
Oh yeah.
For our podcast, so we have to put on here.
Go ahead.
Should I do it now?
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah, we have an ad that we just need to play real quick, guys. New show that's coming on, new podcast. They'll be starting up in about a month. Just want everyone to hear the intro.
Taking it easy with Albanese on 105.1 The Power. Enjoying your commute in the morning with Joseph Albanese.
So yeah, it's we're sponsored by Joseph Albanese. No, I'm just kidding. But that'll be he is gonna be a new podcast host alongside us on the same podcast channel.
Wait.
So we'll eventually begin with
Bork. It's Bork Albanese.
Yeah, it's Bork Albanese. Professional name's Joseph, but we might have him on as a guest some point during one of these podcasts. So we'll see what happens with him. You know. But we have a whole list of guests that we want to get on. We're gonna have some pretty good conversation, I think, in the upcoming months.
Yeah, but anyway, so basically, it's like one of those stupid like hangover type movies, right? Where it's just, where it's like 4 or 5 dude friends like playing a lifelong game of tag, and it has like the dumbest act. It has like, you know what I mean? It has like those A-list, B-list actors.
Yeah.
Like I forget who they are, but you know what I mean? They're like, you know, like it's can
I say one thing,
I forget,
too?
like, and they're like comedy actors too, and you know what I mean. Like,
Can I say one thing too? Comedy is dead to me. Like at this point, like a good comedy film. Like, I'll be honest, I haven't laughed in a theater like at a comedy movie as hard as I laughed during the first Hangover that came out in like 2006 or whatever that came out.
Yeah.
When the first Hangover came out, I laughed my ass off in the theater when I saw that movie. That movie was fucking hilarious. But then, like, it came out with, like, Hangover 2, and it just wasn't good. You didn't have the magic, and, like, you get Hangover Part 3, doesn't even exist anymore in people's minds because it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
And then you get, like, a movie like this where they're trying to play that Hangover magic again, like, 4 friends in a comedy. Like, they're trying to do the same fucking magic again, and Hollywood just doesn't get it. It's not fucking working.
They only had the friends in comedy thing with, like, Workaholics.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, Hangover.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. I'm saying, yeah, no, yeah. But basically, yeah, there's only a few that, like, work out well, and like that's like Hangover and like Workaholics.
Yeah.
And then like other than that, like you know you need the right people. You can't just like slap a bunch of people, A-list actors together and like call
it a fucking good movie.
Like, call it a good crew, you know? Like that's just so dumb.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
so
dumb.
stupid.
It's dumb. But
And then no, we had one more. There's one more. Wasn't there one more stupid? There's one more dumb preview.
It was like it was so dumb. I probably forgot what the hell it was because it didn't even like bother attention. But
yeah, there's too bad. Well, there's a lot of dumb previews.
Yeah,
Hollywood's.
But we got you with the big ones at least that stuck out as like.
I'm waiting
good
for a
or
good
bad
movie.
Or weird, you know?
I'm waiting for a good movie. Actually, I want to. Since Ron threw an ad in, I want to throw a real ad in here because there's. I'm saying that we're gonna do some movie reviews, and we might not just do like movies in the theater reviews if like nothing's like
Exactly.
I want like sometimes because I'm saying too like in the future a lot of times we'll like watch just movies online that like maybe aren't even in theaters and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was shout out to I think it's JAG Films on YouTube. It's like this guy who just like films movies like himself, like unknown director.
Really?
Yeah, it's an unknown director, and he has like some. I'll have to show you after the podcast. But he has like films on YouTube that he just does himself, and they're actually like pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check that out with you sometime because that's the first I'm hearing about that. And
yeah. So
it's JAGS or something or JAG?
Just JAG and then the JAG Films.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll check that. We'll definitely have to check that out and get back to you guys on that for sure.
Yeah, and maybe sometimes when there aren't any good movies like coming out from Hollywood and stuff, maybe we'll look up some other movies or some other films to do reviews of too, right?
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. You know, I think there's a lot of films out there that are sort of low budget or don't really get into the films, or they're better than the movies. You know, the movies that are being mainstream movies, if you want to call them.
And
that,
A Quiet Place kind of isn't really a mainstream movie, but it really is kind of it is a mainstream movie.
Oh, it's mainstream, yeah.
And
dude, it was on like Good Morning America. They hyped it up. They hyped it,
and it's pretty high profile, knowing that John, what's the guy's name? John Krasinski.
Yeah, Krasinski. Yeah.
Krasinski or something.
Yeah.
For him being known for like The Office and like whatever, like the other drama comedies. What is that movie?
That's A24's movie called Spring Breakers. So sorry to interrupt, but I just clicked on one that I saw on A24's site, and it's basically this movie. It came out in 2013 by A24 called Spring Breakers, and it's just this one guy behind like four decently. It looks like Selena Gomez is in it. Is this a porn film?
Is that Johnny Knoxville again?
It's Johnny Knoxville.
It is.
With just four hot chicks and like all in bikinis and shit.
Selena Gomez. Oh my god.
And then what does it say there? A little sun can bring out your dark side.
You're getting off topic.
All right, that's way off topic. But
he
saw the photo. He's like, what the fuck is that?
But dude, I'm saying for the production of this movie and how good this movie was, I'm impressed of it coming from John Krasinski.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed because that's his first movie he's ever directed.
Yeah.
So it's like that. That's impressive, and
he had big expectations too.
Yeah,
a lot of people expected
a
lot. You know, they didn't want a known member of, you know what I mean, a known member to like write crap. You know, they didn't want him to write crap.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted it to be good, and then
and it was. So props.
I wanted to talk about another thing with this movie. Maybe things that we liked about it or something that stood out. One thing that stood out for me is the comparisons to It Comes at Night. Saw some of those online. Yeah. We mentioned it after the movie.
Yep.
How it's my next career. All right, well, but like that. The thing is, It Comes at Night. We heard a lot of fucking things about that whole situation. You know. And it's comparable in a sense with the feel of it. That's what you're saying after the movie?
Basically, A Quiet Place is like what It Comes at Night was marketed to be and never was. So it's basically everything that you wanted out of It Comes at Night. If the movie It Comes at Night was done right, it would have been this movie, A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Right? Basically.
Yep.
It was on par with what you expected. It had very similar jump scares from like an It.
Yeah.
It had, you know what I mean? The jump scares reminded me of the jump scares in It. It was that type of feel.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was pretty good. It was really good. The plot was really good as well. I thought it was a little over exaggerated. It was a little like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Overdone. I thought it was a little over, little much, but or a little much to prove a point. A little much to prove its point, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it was pretty good. It was really good. I thought Yeah, it was pretty good, and I know in the last movie we did, which was what was the last one? Strangers 2 or
Strangers Pray at Night. We did a
Strangers
review
Pray,
on
yeah.
that too.
Well, yeah. After that one, I know in that one we said that. I think Ron had a question where like, oh, what hit the car? Like something happened. Like spoiler, I guess that something like hits a car at a point in there, and you were saying like, where'd that come from? Right? There was like unexplained things in the movie.
Yeah, just a lot of unexplained.
Yeah, and especially when it comes at night. There's a lot of questions like unexplained stuff, and it comes at night, right?
Yeah.
And everything kind of was explained in this movie, so there wasn't really any holes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was not a lot of holes. It wasn't really a complex plot, but it was a heavy plot with it wasn't ridiculously heavy, but it was a dense plot, right? With not a lot of holes or no holes if any.
You know what I'll say about the trailer? It doesn't really give away anything with the plot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you anything about the plot, but it still kind of shows you.
It gives you a lot with the imagery.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say
and that's why I just don't watch the trailer. Don't watch the trailer. But this is a good movie.
Although I will commend them, the trailer did not show the monsters.
Yeah, good.
So when you see them and this is something that added to at least my theater experience, I was always thinking like, you're at the beginning of the movie and you're just like, what the fuck do the monsters look like?
Yeah.
Because you don't see them at the beginning, like the first 20 minutes, you don't see the monsters. Yeah. You don't see them at all. You see little glimpses, but you don't see them. So like, that's something like you should definitely anticipate that. It'll be a feeling in the theater where you're like, what the fuck does this thing look like? And I bet you the theater's packed tonight too. It was fucking packed last night.
Oh yeah.
So I bet you it's packed again tonight for it.
We'll go over there and take a look.
And we could do that. But then also, dude, did we do a review on It Comes at Night? I think we had to have. I don't remember doing a review on it. I remember we did a big thing on it when that came out.
I don't think we did do. No, we might have done one on It Comes at Night. I forget.
We might have talked about it in a podcast. We've done we have so much fucking podcast work that we need to fucking upload. And I'm gonna have you give them to me tonight, and I'm gonna get going on it.
All right.
And just bang it out. I'll have to create a new intro for it and shit. Because my old laptop's sort of shit now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
For our videos. But actually, no, we just need the audio now. But, the intro that we had, we're going to have to create a new intro for our podcast eventually. So there's some shit that needs to get done. But, yeah, for getting back to A Quiet Place. I think one thing that I was impressed with and this is something just from the trailer, it's not even a spoiler, but just about
the camera was good.
The camera work is good. To be honest, I think the camera work's a huge positive, and that goes that directly relates to the director's knowledge of film.
Yep.
So that was huge. There was points where the camera was moving in ways that made the film more intense and
exactly.
At times so that was nice.
Yeah.
We won't spoil the ending, but reaction to the ending: satisfied, disappointed.
Satisfied. I liked the ending. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good.
But I mean, it was for how it happened. I can't really I'm not gonna complain because I can't do better. I couldn't do better. You know what I mean? I couldn't write a better ending. I'll take that as the ending because I couldn't write a better one.
What else would you do?
Yeah,
that's really what the question is on it.
So it is what it is, but the first half of the movie again. A great first half.
Amazing.
First half. And then
that
the second half
too.
was kind of a little bit where it's wait, how is this? You know what I mean?
It was basically.
Spoiler alert. At one part, I was like, how the hell did they have time to set up all these rockets and sand that they can run on?
That was one thing I was going to comment on too.
And set up all these and have the power to turn all these lights on. When did they happen? Okay, end of spoiler, but you know what I mean?
Also, the thing is, in a situation like that, you don't think, the power would be cut off to a desolate fucking farm out in the middle of nowhere. That's the biggest thing. But again, it's a fucking science fiction, thriller, horror movie, so you're not going to expect, reality.
But a good part about this movie is character development. Great. Good character development. there's, you really got to know all the characters and their story. Right?
Yeah, you really got to know how they got to where they got to
yep.
in
Great
a
character development.
in a movie where like there really wasn't any talking besides like a few points in the movie,
exactly.
which is another thing that was pretty good. It was highly anticipated from what we saw at the theaters, because immediately once we got out of the theater, there was a bunch of people in the lobby. Like, the lobby was full.
Yeah.
No, because people were going in.
To go back in for another viewing?
No, because they were putting it was up to be viewed again once we got out.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 10 minutes. They had like a 10-minute break, and they were filling up another theater.
Yeah, theater was packed. It was packed, and again, why?
It Comes at Night was packed too, though.
Yeah. But the most annoying part was all these people were like, munching on their food, slurping away.
That was the most. That was the most food I've seen. You know what's weird too? I feel like because of the prices and shit.
Yeah.
Whenever we went to the theater, no one like ever had food in the theater. Like, in all the times we've gone, I can't remember a time where I've seen a lot of
this time
food.
there's guys in suits with, this guy with like a rum and coke.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a fucking bar at the Showcase Cinema. So, if that tells you anything about how it is. But, yeah, no, it's a movie that I recommend everyone sees this movie. Because there's not a lot of movies that are coming out now that are worth your price of a ticket, which is expensive as fuck around here.
Yeah.
Because of the theater quality, but I don't know, like, there's other movies you see that are coming out, and it's like, how the hell are they going to get people in the theater to see these?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Truth or Dare, that's not going to be a sold-out theater.
Poo-poo.
Like, you're not going to have a sold-out theater, and they knew this movie was going to be big. Like, I heard people talking once we get out, they're like, yeah, the next one's sold out, too.
Wow.
Like, the fucking guy at the usher at the door or whatever. But, yeah, it was a good experience. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I'm trying to think of what I would give it out of 10, you know? I give it a solid 9. I give it a solid 9.
I'd give it an 8. Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
If we average it too,
well, yeah,
8.5.
If I'm being really strict, I'd say like an 8.5.
Yeah.
But comparative to the other poo-poo that's out there,
I'll say something without spoiling it, which is why I would give it below a 9 if I was feeling a little bit more strict just before we get into it. But the one thing that I would say was a issue in the movie, or one thing I'd nitpick if I was like really being fucking strict, is the second half, as you were saying, you knew what the conclusion was going to be, basically. Well, you didn't know exactly what that finish was going to be, but you knew what was taking place for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the plot of...
Yeah, that's the second half of it.
So coming together.
Yeah.
Took fucking forever to do. And then, unexplained things. There actually was unexplained things in this movie.
Like what?
And, does it really ruin plot?
Yeah.
Do we pause for a second? Or
no, just say it.
I'll just say it. No, spoiler alert real quick, but I don't think it spoils anything 100%. So you can listen. I think if you listened, you wouldn't have a non-enjoyable experience at the theater, but what the fuck caused the water leak in the shed?
Oh yeah, I thought that.
I think that might confuse me, but I don't know.
No, yeah, exactly. I thought that was like, I thought that was gonna be like her dream or something.
Yeah. So what the fuck was that about?
Then when it wasn't, I was like, hold on, yeah. How did it start to get? How did the water start to get here? I don't know.
Because that was a big fucking leak, dude.
Good movie though.
Whatever that was, great movie. Do you think it was sort of like dragging us into maybe a second one? Or something, even though I know it wouldn't be as good. I don't want them to. I don't want them to.
Do a second one. They'll die in the first
one. Okay.
For the most part, they all died, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that's
not a movie. You don't make a second.
Yeah, you don't. You don't. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't. Yeah.
That's a good movie though.
Yeah.
Good movie.
If it's part of the Cloverfield universe, excellent.
I'd like to see what John Kowinski does next. I want to see what he does next. You know.
Yeah, like what is he gonna come out with? You know,
give him the money.
Yeah.
Give him the money. Give him the money.
It's that, and like, if maybe to end off this podcast, I don't know how much more time we have left, but this is just a review, so we don't know how long we'll go on for. But, maybe anticipated movies that are coming out. Like, there's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
But the one that I plan on seeing, it's a movie we've seen. I don't know if we did a review. Actually, I think we did on Split. Did we do a review on Split? I think we did.
I
think we did. So we did a review on Split, and if you haven't seen that movie, that was the one with the guy with multiple personalities and shit, and it was sort of a thriller / psychological thriller. That was a pretty good movie. I give that a solid 7, 7.5, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe an 8. An 8 on a good day, it was a good movie. Well, they're making a sequel to that movie, and it's a sequel to Unbreakable by M. Night Shyamalan. We are huge fans of the M. Night. So.
Oh, yeah, they are, yeah.
So I definitely want to see that, and Bruce Willis is going to be in the movie, and they hinted
that.
at that at the end of Split,
Uh-huh.
And I'd say that's the movie that I look forward to seeing.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be on the list for the next one to see.
That'll be the next one to see in theaters.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I want to review some. I definitely want to review some older films too. I wouldn't mind doing that at some point, but
legacy films.
Legacy films or something, doing something like that. But I think that's all I had for this.
All right.
So thanks everyone for listening. We'll get this up on the iTunes along with the other episodes. And peace. Have a good night.
La la la.